Picture this, shopping for your favorite items without reaching for your cash and having the flexibility to buy anything, anytime, anywhere. Vacation, grocery shopping, or even an emergency. Swipe, shop, and stack up those rewards. With Bank of St. Lucia Visa Credit Card, the more you shop, the more you earn. Contact 720-2675 or 729-2675 for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Bank of St. Lucia, all the bank you need.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Youth Unplugged, brought to you by the Bank of St. Lucia. Today we're joined with Miss Tamika Brown. Of course, we're going to apologize for the late start. I mean, it's a bit rainy today, and Tamika got a little caught up in traffic.
Yes, that was my fault. I'm so sorry. But hi, St. Lucia.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, Tamika.
Thanks for having me. Hi, Khalid.
Yes.
How are you today in the rain?
I am well. I'm getting interviewed there. I like to.
Of course.
I like to start with questions. Someone asked me a question now. I start to feel good. You understand?
Of course.
So hopefully I could ask you some interesting questions this afternoon. We could continue this interview.
Sure.
All right. So I'm going to throw that one right back at you.
Okay.
How are you?
A little rushed because I was really trying to get here, but I'm excited to be here just to talk about what I do and introduce myself to the St. Lucian public. So I'm well.
Okay, well, I love to hear that. So, Tamika, we're going to start off today by just asking you a real simple question.
I'm afraid, but go ahead. Simple.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Cicero.
Okay, so you're from Castries South East.
No, South.
South.
Yes, you have to make sure when you say it, you have to say it right.
Okay, you're from Castries.
Castries South, I represent. Yes, okay. I'm from Cicero.
Okay,
Castries.
so you're representing Castries South.
Indeed.
All right. They told me you're a content creator.
I am.
Okay. So for those of us who don't know what a content creator does, let's talk about that. What does a content creator do?
Well, the easiest way I explain it, because now we know the internet is the wave, the big thing, social media, it's what it's all about. So we've started hearing new phrases for jobs like influencer, content creator, and a lot of that. For me, I would describe a content creator, or at least what I do, as creating interesting videos or pieces of work for the internet that sparks interest for people. Okay. That's what I do.
Well, that's a mouthful, eh? So let me break it down. You're giving me some proper content, some information to spark
conversation.
Yeah. Okay. So what medium do you use for your influencing?
For me, it's mostly TikTok and Facebook. I do have Instagram, but I don't really put out much information on Instagram.
TikTok is the new.
TikTok is the wave, and that's where I think I really thrive. That's where majority of my engagement is. Although my Facebook platform is quite large, but TikTok is where I feel safe. So I do majority videos, and that's where I put out majority of my content.
Okay, well, I like Meta. Meta is my platform. I'm a big fan of Facebook. I use Facebook daily.
That's good. Surprisingly, a lot of people say they're getting away from Facebook because of Instagram.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. A lot of young people don't use Facebook.
Yeah, and I really like it. I think in Facebook you can be yourself.
Yes.
Instagram is a little too glossy.
Yeah.
You have to be nice. Your clothes, everything has to be perfect on Instagram. Facebook, you're yourself.
Facebook is my place. I post whatever I feel like. You go on Facebook and ask you what's on your mind.
Yeah.
Instagram never asks me what's.
For sure.
Never asks me what's on my mind. All right. So you use mainly TikTok, but
yeah.
I mean, I'm not a fan of TikTok,
Why?
I actually don't even have an account on TikTok.
Really?
And I'll tell you why. I started using TikTok because it has a guest option, right? You could just open. And I would spend almost 45 minutes scrolling because every time I would get another video that's very, very interesting.
And you lose your entire day.
I lose my entire day. And because of that, I said, you know what? I'm going to get off TikTok. Right? So I deleted the app and I don't have it. So
surprisingly, I was one of those. During the pandemic, I think that's when TikTok really jumped off for people.
That's when I used it.
I was completely against it. I'm like, no, I'm not joining another platform. I'm tired of creating user accounts and passwords.
I would be stuck on TikTok during the pandemic. I mean, at that time I was at university, but I would sit down there and just, let me tell you something, 45 minutes I go in.
That's the beauty, but the downside of it as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I enjoy it so much, because you get different content and different videos and just insights from different people and their lives. So you're so pulled in. You can get one where it's about cooking, then somebody else talking about dating, then somebody else talking about this.
Yeah.
So you have so much that you see that you were not open to. Even the handicap, you have people who may have had disabilities that you never knew had a certain kind of lifestyle, and they're now exposing it. So I think that's why TikTok, I tend to put more of my content on there. I would suggest you guys follow me.
Nah, that's why I come
it's
into
the Tamika Brown on
so
TikTok.
you know what I did? I actually just downloaded TikTok. You could believe
I'm
that?
so proud of you.
Our internet so fast. So I looking at
the Tamika Brown.
Tami-
TheTamika Brown, like the color, the Tamika Brown.
Okay, THEM.
TAMIKA, Tamika Brown, like the color, no E.
Yeah, but I looking at. You see there?
Let's see.
Okay. I got it.
Great.
The first thing I seen is you with a yellow hat.
That was
see.
recent.
Yeah,
that was
that.
yesterday.
I see. 15,000 views and this and that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the engagement is good. It depends on the topic. I've done, and for me, I'm somebody, I like to have deep conversations. I like to address social issues. But what makes, I think, me creative and I try to stand out with is that I address serious topics in a creative way. So for instance, the 15,000 that you saw, I just went to Castries Constitution Park and I randomly asked people, are they happy with their lives and the decisions that they made in their life?
Okay.
Because for me
Okay, well, I see you.
Yes.
I see you loud.
Exactly. So for me, a lot of topics about, parenthood, growing up, being a woman, all of those issues that we tend to not have platforms where we discuss it. On TV, we don't see those kind of things, at least locally. So I create
Yes.
videos in a funny way. Like one I did, I went to Viewfort on a bus. And that was my first time going on a bus.
It's uncomfortable.
And it was such an experience, and I actually recreated that.
It takes a while.
I recreated that with each character. So that's what I tend to do. That's what my videos are about, is just addressing serious topiks in a fun and interesting way.
Okay. Well, I think I might have to just scroll through your account. As soon as you leave, I'll just take some time.
Yeah, make
and I'll
sure
just
you
go
hit the
through.
follow.
Let me see what's going on. I am TikToks like I haven't followed.
You need to join. I think TikTok teaches us a lot. It will teach you a lot. It'll teach you a lot, man. You'll learn a lot.
I'm a Facebook. So if I'm a Facebook person, I can't get nothing from you on Facebook.
No, I actually do the same thing on Facebook as well.
You see, no, that's what I'm talking about. So if I can get that on Facebook, I go in all the way to TikTok. I'll just stay on Facebook and do what I have to do.
Do what
Facebook,
you have to
right?
do. Fair enough. So
Okay.
my videos are both places. So both TikTok and Facebook. All the Facebook lovers, I have it for you as well.
Yeah.
You may have seen my face from time to time, Tamika Brown. You can search me on Facebook, TAMIKA Brown. My videos are entertaining, educational, and inspiring, I would say.
Okay. So how long have you been doing that?
That is a very loaded question, Khalid, but I'll answer you honestly and very quickly.
Okay, I'll take it.
I have had a love for this and just sharing my voice. As you can see, I like to talk. Hey.
No, I like an interview like that. Well, I don't have to do much talking. You carry the interview. So for me, that's my kind of interview.
So I've always liked to share my personality. I'm a bubbly person. I like to talk about different things. So I've had the love from since I was young, but I've always been shy to put myself out there. And in 2015, I was approached by NBC Television. I did an interview with them because they were looking for a host for an entertainment show. I had never done it before. I put myself out there and I ended up getting the job, and we started going to different carnival events and so on. And from there, the love sparked, but I was still too scared. So in 2020, the pandemic, when everybody was being brave and all we had was the internet, I said, you know what?
Brave,
you were not. You didn't put everybody had a show or something.
If I was brave during the pandemic, I'd probably break the curfew or
Oh
something.
gosh, you and I did that too.
No, I stayed inside.
I went to 759 a few times. I must.
Oh, you went
say,
to
and
that
I'm
sound?
from 758.
Yeah. And so around the time that popped off.
Yes. So I would say officially for 2 years I've been doing it. But for doing it full time, it's been only about 10 months. I actually left my full-time job
Which we have to talk about. Yeah, we have to talk
to
about
pursue this full-time. So full-time has been about 10 months, but putting my content out there almost 2 to 3 years.
Okay. Well, that's a little while.
Yeah.
And at one point, I asked a question on the show almost every week: how did the pandemic inspire you to go to the direction that you're currently at? And I think you just explained that without even asking the question, because it's a pandemic. How should I say? The pandemic brought upon this current situation, which is a positive thing in a sense, because a lot of people speak about negatives from 2 years ago, but that's a positive. All right. So
I had fun in the pandemic. I know that's an unpopular opinion.
I had fun too.
But it was downtime for me. I spent it with my mom. We went walking every day. We would go on different beaches. So the pandemic really inspired me creatively.
I'll tell you what the pandemic did for me.
What did it do for you?
I stayed home.
And
I
slept.
And I put on weight.
All of us,
and it's been harder since then.
All of us.
I mean,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. But COVID is still around,
No, it's
so
still
I'm nervous. You never know what may happen. Knock on wood. Let's hope it doesn't shut everything down anymore.
No, we don't have that. We don't have that. But I want to talk to you about something that you've been a part of, and that is the Community Tourism Agency. Now, a lot of people don't know what the Community Tourism Agency is, so you may have to do some work about it. I mean, I saw some people the other day walking in town, and they had their shirts, with a picture of St. Lucia, nice colors, Community Tourism Agency, and they've been going around the communities, and I think all the way to the south and doing different things.
Yes.
Understand? I wasn't even really aware that popped off already. Cause I heard conversation about it in Parliament, government and all that sort of thing, but I never knew that it started, And for those who don't know, the Tourism Development Agency, legislated by government, it is curving unique offerings, creating opportunities and growing tourism businesses and experiences that result in sustained livelihoods for all stakeholders involved. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So break that down for me. You've been part of it.
Yeah. So I was, and I would say I still am, part of the Community Tourism Agency's team. And it's a fairly new agency. So like yourself, majority of persons have either heard about it, but are not too sure what exactly they do or we do. In essence, what we're trying to do is have St. Lucians and visitors alike experience St. Lucia in a unique way. When we talk about travel right now, travel is very different. People no longer want to stay in the hotel and see and drink the all-inclusive. They want to go out into the communities and actually experience what it's like to be a St. Lucian. So with the Community Tourism Agency now, there's funding provided, marketing and all of that. We're now trying to encourage St. Lucians to whatever unique experience that you have in your community. Let's say behind your house, you've always had a waterfall, or you have an idea of having somebody come and paint in Miku, or we just experienced an experience called Kayak on the Bay in Miku as well. Tea Cuisine, there's ATV. So with the agency helps St. Lucians develop businesses and grow it to now market St. Lucia and have a unique experience.
Okay, so is there any funding involved? For example, let's say I have a beautiful idea. I just don't have the cash. Can I come to the agency and say, my little something?
For sure. Now, the beauty about the Community Tourism Agency is they take you from the beginning to where you need to go. So they kind of hold your hand. So let's say you're walking in, you're just at home, you're hearing us right now, and you're like, you know what? I think there is a pathway in my backyard, or I want to create an Airbnb. That's also a component of it. So they do reservations for that as well. So if you have an idea, you want to do that, you come to the Community Tourism Agency, and what they do is start with your business plan, let you know what you need and all your ideas, get it together, document it, and then we go into the funding aspect. So they do funding, they provide loans, and there's also a grant component as well. So there's money, what you call free money. You don't have to pay.
That's what I like to hear about grants. You see, grants, I don't like loans, I like grants.
No, but even with the loans, the interest rates are very low. It's literally between 1 to 3%.
Wow.
Where have you ever heard you getting a loan for a business and your highest interest rate is 3%? So they do accommodation. If you want to do an Airbnb, you want to build a room in your house and you think you have a very unique space, we can do that. They also do recreational facilities. So we did Kayak on the Bay, ATV, something special, and food and beverage as well. So you have a restaurant, you want to do a cooking. There's a guy we met in Viewfort. He actually wants to do a St. Lucian cooking experience, a class. and you do a hike first, and then you go ahead and you finish with cooking. So there's a lot of unique things that us St. Lucians can do. Our island is different, and we can create experiences. So I would say it's not me, but check out the Community Tourism Agency. You can check them out on Instagram, Facebook. They would give you some more information. They also have an office.
And their website as well, because the information I just got was off their website.
And you can apply online as well. So the application, everything is online. So you can do that if you need, get some information from them. The team comes to you. So we're making waves. They've gone to Soufrière, they've been to Miku, we've touched Vieux Fort. The idea is to go to all communities.
Well, I want them to touch Castries.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we've been as well, there's been a few restaurants, but it just began. We've officially just started putting out the media and the public relations. So let's say from between now to next year, for sure, you will start seeing more of the uniforms and more of the press. They will definitely come here, and advertisements and all of that, to start getting St. Lucians excited to get part of tourism. It's not about just being like, tourism is just the hotels.
It's growing,
it's us.
It's growing, and I'm telling you, it's going to a different direction, because if you look at the travel awards from this year, we got some awards
that we haven't before.
Nature Island,
exactly.
Also the things. So people are coming here to do different things. They ain't coming here to sit down at the hotel, as he said earlier, but they come in to explore the country.
Exactly, and it's an opportunity for all of us to benefit. If you have something it's already part of your environment, or something you already do, an idea, a business that you have, why not profit from it and also market your island and your community in a unique way? The people don't want to go just, stay in the hotel. We want to eat bread and cheese down in Soufrière. We want to do something that's different,
I'm telling you, and
even us St. Lucians, you don't want to just stay in one place.
When you travel,
explore.
you don't stay in one place.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to a different Caribbean country, you don't just stay. If you go to Barbados, for example, you want to go to Oyston. You want to go to Oyston House.
Exactly.
I mean, you come to St. Lucia on a Friday. Majority of them, they leave the hotels and come to Gross Lake Friday. I mean, American people, for example, British people, you meet at Gross Lake Friday nights on a weekly basis. So, I mean, it's there. It's there for the taking, and I'm very happy to hear that the government is making some strides.
So it's implemented. It has started. St. Lucia is no longer legislation. The Community Tourism Agency exists. It's a thriving agency. There's team members, so they're there to help. Like I said, there's loans available, money, funding, grants. You get advertising. You also get marketing. They also assist with training, development, all of the above. So check them out on any of the socials, or give them a call, and they'll be able to assist you. So that's where I was, and I took the leap to get into my content creation.
Okay, so
crazy, right?
We finished the past, but what's next for you?
What I've been doing thus far is creating more videos and partnering up with businesses now and corporations to market their business in a different way. So, for example, I did a video where Axel Finance had a family fun day. And as you can see, I'm not a toddler anymore, but it was for the kids. I attended it. I jumped on the trampolines. I ate all the popcorn. I did all of that. And I did a video about that for them and put it out there. So I think what's next for me is assisting businesses in just providing entertainment or putting their names out there in a unique way. Social media is a new way to go. As much as we like to say television, yes, it's true, but people no longer watch television as much. So advertising is not the same. It's changing. Marketing is more digital marketing and social media marketing. So for me, in addition to just entertaining the masses, putting out funny things out there, I want to partner up with more companies and be unique and be different with your organization. Show people your company in a different way.
Okay, well, I mean, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I look forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
Axel Finance always has promotion. That's one thing.
They're
very innovative in that respect. And I mean, I wish you luck, especially with respect to getting clients and more businesses who are willing to do it. I mean, one thing I don't think we utilize a lot in St. Lucia is ambassadors and so forth with marketing.
For sure.
I mean, you could go to other Caribbean countries and you'd see a number of
brand ambassadors, influencers,
through their marketing budget. But I mean, sometimes we have to realize that since it's a smaller country, we don't have as many people. And I mean, these services that literally have all these ambassadors, you probably have sometimes 100,000 more people in that country. Take back Barbados, for example. I mean, you have almost 100,000 more people in St. Lucia. So I think that the marketing budget in these places are a little different, but I still feel like we could do a little bit more in that respect.
It's true. I think I understand what you're saying about the numbers being higher and larger in different countries. Sorry, but I think it's about our mindset now, and that's what I'm trying to change through my videos. As you just popped on my page, and you can see the numbers are there and the analytics are there. With social media and social media marketing, you get your analytics right away, and you actually get to see who your content is reaching as opposed to ads. And I think a lot of companies right now in St. Lucia are still spending money. You spend $8,000 a month advertising with a television show, which you can do that. However, that $8,000, if it's spread out within different brand ambassadors or different internet influencers, your reach is further, and you actually get to know where exactly you're going. You don't always have to pay just for the ads, because when an ad plays on television, half of the time, you're not sure somebody saw it and it doesn't have the impact. Whereas you get that instant gratification from a video where it's like, hey, Tamika, I saw you posted this and that about Bank of St. Lucia. Where can I go to get it? What can I do to get it? So I would encourage a lot of the corporations and corporate St. Lucia to just expand your mind to what marketing now is and digital marketing. You can check Tamika Brown out if you want to. But yeah, it's really about rolling with the times, because with social media, if we don't keep up with it, we'll get left behind.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
100%. We about 5 minutes past time.
Okay.
I mean, so I actually have to wrap up.
No problem.
Was anything we didn't touch this afternoon just before we wrap up today?
Well, I'd say thank you for having me. Thank you to RCI as well. I think this is a great initiative. Hello to everybody who's watching. Hi, Mom, my grandmother, who's a big fan of RCI, Miss Mary. She's a superstar here. So thank you to everyone who has supported me. And I will just end on this. If you don't take anything out of this interview, or if you've never heard me or don't know who I am, I would say let us be more open-minded to young persons creating businesses and gaining income that is different from traditional ways, and also be open to partnering up with young persons to now do things in a unique and creative way as opposed to in the past. Yep. So that's it.
And I agree with that 100%. Thank you so much, Miss Brown, for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Another edition of Youth Unplugged, brought to you by the Bank of St. Lucia. Remember, the Bank of St. Lucia is all the banking in people. You need a credit card. You can get a mortgage to your home. You can get some land. Head to the Bank of St. Lucia. You're going to hear something that's very interesting. My name is Khalid Vidal. I will see you guys again next week for another edition of Youth Unplugged.
Bye-bye.
Get more value with the Bank of St. Lucia Visa credit card. Quick approval,